YouTube, welcome back. My name's Diana and you are watching A Seasoned Mom and an Empty Nest. And today, let me get my apron on here. Today I'm going to share with you one of the things that I use my Salsa Verde with. Should get my apron on before I start. So today I'm going to share with you one of the things that I use my Salsa Verde with. If you remember my fall harvest, most of my tomatoes were still green because of the big hailstorm that we encountered in July, but this is what I made with it. So I'm going to show you one of our favorite recipes that we do. Usually in the summertime we cook this. I have a little electric grill here. And about this time of the year, I start wanting to grill outside. And right now, it's one, too cold, and two, actually it's one, too windy, and two, too cold. And then you add the wind to that cold, and it just makes it miserable out there. So I have a little grill here that I like to use when we're inside. I'm gonna grill my chicken, and my chicken breasts are really, really thick. One end's really thick. I could pound those out. I don't like to do that, and I will grill this partially through, and then I will finish it off in my Instant Pot. But first I'm gonna season my chicken, and I have some pink Himalayan salt here that I'm going to do over my chicken. And then over here, I actually have a little bit of taco seasoning. And basically all that's in here is cumin, salt, garlic, paprika. And I'm going to just sprinkle the top of my chicken breast with this. Oops, wrong one. And my grill's already pretty warm. And I got my tongs out. And I will just go ahead and like I said, I'm just going to partially cook these. When they're this thick, to get them done all the way through, I usually end up burning the outsides of them, and I don't like that because then it's all dried out. So I cook them partially through, and I want to get the grill marks on both sides, and then I'm going to put them over here in the Instant Pot. Okay, you certainly don't have to do this part. You could just put your chicken straight in the Instant Pot if you want to. I've read that takes from frozen about 25 minutes in the Instant Pot. This is partially cooked, so we'll just do half that time when we put it in. Got the chicken ready. It's got grill marks on each side. I've already put one in. I thought I was filming, but no, I had it on photo and it wasn't doing anything. So I'm going to go ahead and just put them in here in the Instant Pot. And then we'll get that started. I'm going to set it for 12.5 minutes, or can't do that. I'm just going to set it for 12 minutes. And then I have more ingredients that I'm going to put in here after it's done. Okay, so I put about half of that jar of salsa verde in here with the chicken. And I'm going to also add some water. I'll tell you how much it is in a minute. I have all right, that was 4 cups of water. So I'm going to go ahead and put the lid on. And then I'm going to say manual. And I'm going to put in for 12. And then just leave it alone and it'll start. So this recipe is actually one that we eat quite often. And sometimes we don't agree on how to eat it. I personally like making tacos out of mine. I will make soft tacos. My son will come home and he'll make burritos out of his. And this knife is not working. My son will come home, and if he's not in the mood for tacos, he just goes straight for the flour tortillas and makes a burrito out of it. So it's pretty versatile. My mom has actually used it in spaghetti. One time, the last time actually that we made it, she put the leftovers in spaghetti and had it, and she bragged and bragged how good it was that way. I did not try it. So this recipe will have black beans, and I've already taken the liberty of rinsing and draining them. Here's my cilantro. I will do cilantro, black beans, and the rest of that salsa verde will go in it when it's done. One of the other ingredients, of course, no taco, in my opinion. No taco, in my opinion, is complete without cheese. So I will put out all this cheese. So we'll have cheese, onions, and limes. I don't use any tomatoes in here because that's what my salsa verde is made out of, is green tomatoes. So we're just gonna leave it at that. I came upon this by myself one day, just experimenting in the kitchen. I do that a lot when I have leftovers and extra things in the kitchen. I always try to find something different to make with them. So I do a lot of experimenting. It doesn't always work out. So when it does, it's always a keeper. This one so far has been a family favorite. And I think basically I like it because it's really easy. And like I said, you don't have to grill your chicken. That's just me making it more difficult. Just kidding. That's just me. I like it that way. So some cilantro. Some of this will go in the pot with the beans. Okay, so it is done, and it's just venting now. And what you want to do when the Instapot finishes is you want to go ahead and just turn this little vent to the side. Stay away from that little red button. When you start to vent it, steam, you can probably still see it. Steam comes barreling out of there. so you want to stay away from it so you don't get burnt. Okay, so I just heard the little button click down. So it's ready to open. It smells so good. So inside of here, I just go ahead and take the chicken out. And I will use and I'll take the little rivet out as well. Okay, so at this point, I will use 2 forks to shred the chicken after it cools down just a little bit. Alright, so the last of the chicken has been shredded. That was 4 chicken breasts. You see, it's quite a bit. So I'm going to pour this one in here. Alright. Now, I don't need to add any more juice, okay? Let all this chicken just sit in this juice. What we will add to this are the black beans. Let them get all warm. And then I toss in just a handful of cilantro because I like mine fresh. So I will keep some of it to put on my taco fresh, but I also like to put just some of it in here. And at this point, I just put it on saute, okay? And then I let it cook down just a little bit on saute. And then there's a half a jar of this left, so what I like to do is I like to pour more of it in there because so I just put the rest of the jar in there. I'll let it cook up. And then we will make Salsa Verde tacos or burritos. Okay, you guys. The chicken is ready. This will be the filling for tacos or burritos. Up to you, whichever you choose. And tonight I'm having mine on tacos. I'm sure my mother is too. My son, I have absolutely no idea. But he should be home within right about half an hour. And so everything's all ready. So I'm gonna let you go on this note. You guys, thanks for hanging out with me. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you like what you're seeing. And don't forget to hit the little bell so that every time a video is uploaded, you are notified. You have a great evening. Bye-bye.